What's up, everybody? This is 8-Bit Eric, and Legend of Zelda has always been one of my favorite, if not the favorite video game franchises ever. Every time a game comes out, I'm just stoked about it. I can't wait, I get excited, and then when you're just done playing it, there's that feeling that you're not going to enjoy another Zelda game on a console system for a few more years. They always take a long while to make, but it's because they're made with perfection. There's nothing like a Zelda game, in my opinion. They're timeless, they're classic, you get immersed in the story, tons of emotion and memory for me. It's just epic. It goes beyond the thought of it just being a video game. It's part of our culture, and every time a game comes out for a console system, it's just excitement for me. And there's just that feeling when you complete a game that you're just gonna wait a while again until another one comes out because they take so long to make them. And it's just a real sad feeling, but each time they make a new one, it's even better than before. So, today I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the newest installment, Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword, the newest installment in the Legend of Zelda series, out just in time for the holidays. Like with all Legend of Zelda games, each weapon has some kind of unique ability to help you advance. The weapons in this game definitely take full advantage of the Wii Motion Plus controls, which definitely add to the importance of using them for your full benefit in solving puzzles and defeating enemies. There's also a new upgrading system for weapons and items in this game, which is implemented by finding certain materials in the game, which is a great addition to the series and adds even more emphasis to the importance of weapons and items in this game. Now, the controls in this game have been modified to use Motion Plus with the combat system for one-to-one sword play. However, sometimes this can present problems when engaged in heated combat. It takes a while to get used to, but even then I found myself personally having trouble in certain situations. The rest of the game's controls are as good as the rest of the series have been, but I feel with the addition of Motion Plus, it makes the sword combat system seem a little rough at times. I feel there's nothing wrong with previous controls in games, such as Twilight Princess, for example. The enemies in this game are definitely a creative bunch, and there's a huge variety of them. In addition, they have defensive and offensive attack patterns that force you to strategize your mode of attack. Other enemies are also able to block with their weapons and armor, and this definitely makes the fighting mechanics in this game greatly different than previous Zelda games. The world in this game is laid out very differently than other games in the series, and the traveling is done mostly by air, which is similar to how Wind Waker was done traveling by sea. It eliminates a lot of on-foot travel. When traveling through the air, you get to certain areas of the map through landmarks in the clouds. Each location does have a variety of areas, and the game does have you going back and forth between areas in your quest. There's also a sky map and land map, so there's definitely plenty of traveling and exploration to do. The dungeons in this game will definitely have you thinking. This game is not easy. The challenge is definitely a Zelda fan's dreams come true, since this game will put all your Zelda skills to the test. Some dungeons took me a couple of hours just to get through. I think this definitely adds to the game's elements, since a strong portion of the series has always been dungeon and puzzle solving, and it is combined successfully in this game. But what really adds to this is the fact that the dungeon exploration elements have been included in the overworld exploration as well. The graphics in this game are definitely unique in that the most common observation is they are a combination of Twilight Princess with Wind Waker, and I agree with this observation. I also believe that this is the perfect way to express a Zelda game. With the cartoonish design, the style allows for more exaggerated enemy designs, emphasizing their attacks and weaknesses, combined with the more realistic graphics for certain characters in the game, and it definitely makes an excellent blend of fantasy elements for a perfect Zelda world in my opinion, and I feel that this is the best Nintendo has done for a Zelda game thus far. There's tons of details and expression of characters, details in items, such as the shields retaining damage, and details in the environment. It all comes together to make a beautiful atmosphere that makes for the series' greatest graphical impression, period. The music, as with most Zelda games, is perfect. It captures the emotions of this game, whether it's a peaceful quiet village to a mysterious cave to a high energy heart pumping boss fight. The music fits each scene perfectly. While there's not as many memorable melodies as other Zelda games, the main theme of this game is perhaps one of the greatest songs in the entire Legend of Zelda series, and it really inspires what the game is about since it plays a big part in the storyline. A lot of the quests in this game are mostly using your sword's dowsing ability to find items, characters, and fetch other things that you need in your quest. And to me, this at times feels like a chore and really makes me dread having to do it because it's done way too much in my opinion. Overall, I feel the game is a strange mix of being a Zelda game, but then completely being different all at the same time. And I can't judge whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. However, the story is very strong and compelling, and without spoiling it or going into too much detail, the addition of several new characters and familiar old faces and more helps make it very compelling. And the story definitely leaves a lot of questions of the series answered as a whole in the end. In my opinion, this is the definitive Wii game. It almost seems like the Wii's entire concept and lifespan was based towards building this game itself. And now that it has successfully been released, it is the stepping stone towards something new in the future. Perhaps with the Wii U. What lays ahead for the Legend of Zelda series? No one knows, but I know I definitely look forward to it. It will be worth the wait, just like Skyward Sword. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword is definitely a welcome piece in the Zelda series and is a must-have game for anyone's Wii collection. So Skyward Sword is another classic for Miyamoto and Koji Kondo and the rest of the team that worked on this. I can't stress how great and definitive this game is for the Wii. If you have a chance to check it out, it's out just in time for the holidays. I recommend it. While a little piece of my heart still holds Ocarina of Time a little bit fonder, this is definitely a welcome addition to the series and a great way to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the series. So go ahead and get yourself a copy. It's been 8-Bit Eric, and I'll see you next time.